beats in a row.
Beats? What beats?
Please, all of you be seated. I have little something to say.
When I say air, you say Q. Air.
Q.
Air.
Q.
When I say pois, you say ro. Pois.
Ro.
Pois.
Ro.
I was chilling in the city of Istanbul, just laying it low and playing it cool, when a telegram came from Scotland Yard, said,
"We need your help, this case is too hard."
So I asked the concierge for a ticket on the train, but the coach was booked and the process was a pain. But it's the off-season. What was the reason? No one wants to travel because the temperature's freezing. What were all these passengers doing on the train? Give Poirot a moment and he will explain. Oh la la. Cassetti was murdered, and these are the facts. This train stopped last night dead in its tracks. The killer on board, where could he go? He could not get off, we were stranded in the snow. So unless he could fly, that theory won't do. He must be on the train, he must be one of you. What more do I know? Well, here is a clue. You'll all be in tears by the time I am through.
There was this knife, and he was covered with blood.
Miss Debenham claims she can't be late, but we know she's guilty of Cassetti's fate. How can this be true? Mr. Book says to me. How, I say, just look at her sleeve.
Well, he deserved to die.
Next in line is Colonel Arbuthnot. He made quite a fuss when Miss Debenham was shot. If there were a trophy for illicit PDA, he would be the colonel who would carry it away.
Here, sir, right here.
Hector McQueen is not as he seems. When he speaks, he's, how you say, spilling all the beans at Bruno Cassetti. He took his stab as an act of revenge for how he hurt his dad.
Would you please stop gossip mongering?
The princess glares with death in her eye. It's clear she wanted Cassetti to die. I asked about the handkerchief. She said, niet, niet, but an H is an N in Cyrillic alphabet.
Ducks? Fuck ducks!
If you think things can't get any worse, just watch as I diss the baby nurse. Why so protective of her little suitcase? She can't hide the guilt that's written on her face.
I am merely cutting the sleeves of your blouse.
The Countess Helena Andreny. Her name begins with an H-U-C. The letters of her name spell out guilty, and I'm sure that Daisy's aunt would agree.
Aha, my friends!
Mon ami, Mr. Book wasn't quite a mess, so I took on this case just to ease his stress. But he is not a suspect like all of the rest. He is simply the director of the Orient Express.
Oui, madame.
As for Michel, the inside man, he helped devise this master plan. He carried with him a master key, plus his daughter was the poor maid Suzanne, you see.
No, John.
Mrs. Hubbard, or should I say Linda Arden, this is a crime I cannot pardon. I say two wrongs don't make a right when it comes to the law. Poirot is black and white, and so in the end this murder was committed, and none of you 8 will ever be acquitted. The princess, the colonel, the Countess Michel, I should lock you all up in little grey cells. Hercule Poirot is my name. Solving murders, it is my game.
If you've got a murder case on your hands, call a famous detective who comes from France.
It is Belgium.